Welcome to our parent interest meeting about differentiated instruction. A broad range of student abilities, backgrounds, ages, and learner characteristics, along with growth in the cultural and linguistic diversity, has affected the environment of almost all classrooms. Early access to educational materials, increased understanding of early literacy strategies, and the ability to learn online at one's own pace accelerate learning for some learners. Research in the area of inclusion, coupled with policy changes regarding equity of access, brings students with special cognitive needs and students with physical needs into the mainstream classroom. What are effective principles of differentiated instruction and understanding by design? UBD means understanding by design. It is a tool used for educational planning and focuses on teaching for understanding. The emphasis of UBD is on backward design, which means we look at the desired outcomes in order to design curriculum units, performance assessments, and classroom instruction. Effective classrooms have five basic elements: students, the learning environment, instruction, content, and assessment. UBD addresses the need for standards, how meaning and understanding are realized in classroom settings, and building coherent curriculum to accomplish these. In addition, UBD focuses on dealing with the questions of what to teach and how to assess. In comparison, DI offers a method for considering diversity of learners during the curriculum planning process and deals with the questions of whom, where, and how to teach. For this reason, UBD and DI are both supportive and supplementary of one another. There are three core student characteristics for teachers to bear in mind during the differentiation process: readiness, interest, and learning profile. Readiness is the extent to which a student knows, understands, and performs in parallel with what the teacher is planning to teach. The reason readiness is considered in the differentiation process is to enable appropriately challenging curriculum design supported for a range of diverse students. Pre-assessment for students' needs is critical to establishing the skills and abilities in the classroom. The goal of differentiation in interest is to connect newly gained information with what the students find interesting and appealing. The learner can easily be hooked to the new subject if it is linked to an already motivating interest for the student. Learning profile involves learning style, intelligence preference, gender, and culture. By considering learning profile, it is intended that students can learn in ways that are efficient and convenient for them. I will differentiate the process, the content, the product, and the environment. Differentiating content refers to the knowledge and skills children are learning. Differentiating content requires that students are pre-tested so that the teacher can identify the students who do not require direct instruction, as well as the students who need more explanation to grasp the concepts. I will adjust the core curriculum by content from below grade level to above grade level. Differentiating process means activities or strategies are varied to provide appropriate methods for students to learn. This addresses different learning styles such as kinetic, visual, and auditory. I will adjust the process and activities from concrete to abstract. Differentiating the product means that students create products of varying complexity. Students working above grade level may be asked to produce work that requires more advanced thinking. It can be motivating for students to be offered choice of end product. Summative assessments may include tests, projects, demonstrations, or labs. I will adjust the product from simple to complex. Manipulating the environment is based on different personality types and how they affect the way students respond within the learning environment. Altering lighting or sound levels, changing the seating arrangement, eliminating visual distractors, or allowing students to listen to music are examples of manipulating the environment. The strategy of varying process, content, product, and environment means that all students will sometimes learn in their optimal mode. How will I ensure equity and fairness with differentiation activities? Equity is not the same thing as equality. Equality in the classroom would mean giving the exact same assignment to every student. Equity in the classroom means having the same learning target with several different methods to achieve the target. The variations on the assignment would fit the learning style of the student. Another example of equity is based on need. Accommodations and supports are provided to those that need them to be successful. To fully understand the issues of fairness and equity, it is important that we all understand these definitions. Fair strategies I will use in the classroom are to reflect back the students' feelings. Allow students to express their feelings and deal openly with the issue. I will listen to student ideas about the learning process and provide a procedure for voicing complaints. I will ensure the appropriate use of accommodations and supports for students. Being fair means that I will do my best to give each student what she or he needs to be successful. What one student needs may be quite different from what another student will need. I will make every effort to use research to guide the instruction and activities for your children's learning styles. An important thing to remember in differentiation is to assure students are challenged and engaged in respectful tasks as opposed to doing busy work. Carol Ann Tomlinson is a leading educator and researcher in the area of differentiation. She states effective differentiation will almost inevitably incorporate what we call respectful tasks. All of us want to feel that we are regarded with respect. Respectful tasks say to students at least three things. One, we are all studying the most important ideas. Every one of us should master those. You are part of our group. Second, you can't master important things without using your brain. So everyone in this class will be thinking and problem solving at a high level. And the third, I want this task to be so interesting to you that it's hard for you to disregard it, even if you didn't think you wanted to learn today. Differentiation teaches up, never waters down curriculum, and ensures respectful tasks that are based on essential understandings and are equally engaging. These tasks require high-level thoughts for all students. I will provide assignments tailored for students of different levels of achievement while maintaining high levels of expectations for all students. On the first day of class, I will give students a learning profile indicator. The indicator will help determine how your child learns best. Is he/she a visual learner? Does he or she learn best by listening? Does he or she need to move around to best take in the material? Does he or she like to work in a group or alone? Students' answers to this indicator will help me determine how each child will learn best. As I plan each lesson, I will have varying approaches for students with certain learning styles to use to help them best understand the content. For example, some students may work in a small group and draw charts or diagrams about their understandings of the content. Other students might work with the vocabulary and complete a graphic organizer. A third group might be several students working as individuals to understand the content. This approach is one that will constantly change as students move through lessons day by day. How will I grade in a differentiated classroom? There are three perspectives considered when determining how students will earn grades: the learner's perspective, the parent's perspective, and the measurement perspective. The learner's perspective keeps the success to effort ratio in balance. That is, grades contribute to the student's sense that when they work hard, something good generally comes of it. Sustained effort and hard work make most things possible. From the parent's perspective, I will communicate clearly. That is, a parent can trust that the grade is a very accurate representation of just what a student knows, understands, and can do in a given subject at a given time based on clearly understood criteria. Grades guide parents in what to do next to encourage student growth. From the measurement perspective, I will ensure that grades are reliable, valid, and a true score representing what a student knows, understands, and can do. I will grade students based on product, what they produce in light of content. I will also take into account progress, growth achievement, content goals, work ethic, and performance during learning. I will ensure assessments align with learning targets and standards. Solid research supports practices that are the foundation of differentiation. These practices include using effective classroom management procedures, promoting student engagement and motivation, assessing student readiness, responding to learning styles, and grouping students for instruction as needed. One study involved 31 math teachers using DI with 645 students and concluded that revising and differentiating the curriculum along with creating purposeful, flexible grouping may significantly improve students' mathematical achievement. Another project studied a program to improve reading achievement among students using DI strategies. In all of the classrooms in the study, the targeted students improved their reading, decoding, phonemic, and comprehension skills. Student attitudes about reading and their own abilities also improved. In conclusion, we have to know where we want all students to end up before we can think intelligently about how we want them to get there. Differentiation is seldom about different outcomes for different students. It's about different ways to get students where they need to go.